Starting right now. We are going live on YouTube. Let me copy the link. Hopefully there's no echo. Let me copy the link. There's the echo. All right. There's the link. I want to quickly go to post the link. So give me just a second here. I want to make sure I get the link out there. Where is it at? Create a post. All right, we're going to be going over the new strategy, 135 across, and if you've been on the Facebook page or Instagram, you've seen that I've posted my winnings a couple times and talking about this new system, this new strategy, and it's been working. So I told someone that I'm going to go out and I'm going to post what I've been doing, so then you can go out and you can try it out at your local casino. So I want to go through it from the start to the finish, all the way through, and tell you everything possible that I do, because I want you to go and do the exact same thing almost, and hopefully you can do the same thing and you can get a good result by doing the same strategy that I do. Now, when I go out there to the casino, it's not always just fun throwing money on the table, okay? Because casinos want you to go and forget all responsibility and just have fun and just throw money on the table. And then they want you to have fun and just do all that, and then you lose your money and, you know, oh well, the casino took my money. That's just what casinos do. Because I used to say that. I used to say that all the time, and then at the end of the day, I would go home and I would lose a couple $100, and then I would be upset with myself, like, why did I just lose all that money? And for years, I've been trying to find a strategy that I can use to give me a better chance at winning at craps than I have in the past. And I told myself that no matter what it was, as long as it would give me a better chance at the casino, I would do it, whatever it was. Because I wanted to study this game and learn how to do it. I've been playing for probably about 10 years now. So I don't know exactly how many years, but in 2016, I was living in Ames, Iowa, and I was driving down to Des Moines, and I was playing poker at the casino, and I started playing craps, and I've lost a lot of money over the years, but lately I've been winning using the strategy. So without any more talking, I'm going to go through start to finish what the strategy is. I'm just going to jump right to it. So I took some notes, and actually I need to put the notes above. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so before you even start playing, there's some things you can look for before right when you get to the table, okay? So generally, I want a table with 4 or 5 other people on it, okay? So this is what I do, and you may have to try it out to adjust a little bit for what you want to do with this strategy. I'm going to tell you what I do and what works for me. So I will go and find a $10 minimum table. I live in Las Vegas. There's a lot of $15 tables in Las Vegas. And then if you go to the Strip, there's a lot of $25 minimum bet tables. The problem with that is that's not going to work for this strategy, because during this strategy, you go down to the minimum bet on the strategy. So if it's $15 or $25, this strategy won't work because you can't go down as far as the $10 minimum. If you find a $5 minimum table like Ellis Island in Las Vegas, you can do this on there. It just has to be no higher than $10 minimum table. I take $500 when I go. So if you take less than that, you could take $200, but you're only going to last for like one roll. So sorry about that. So in order to get 2 or 3 chances, this is assuming the worst case scenario, but you should be okay as long as you don't have a table that's 0.7. If you don't know what 0.7 means, it's where they get a point and then they roll a 7 right away. And if that doesn't even make sense to you, you probably need to watch my introduction video. Right now I'm talking to the more experienced craps players out there. So I take $500, a $10 minimum table, and then I'm going to go through some of what I do as I'm at the table. So one mistake that crapshooters do is they're at the table, and as long as they have money, they're betting on every shooter. And that's what the casino wants you to do, because 75% of the shooters that are at the table don't know how to shoot, and it's just luck. And if it's luck, then you're just gambling, you're just throwing your money away. So what I do is I'll look for the shooter that I want to bet on, and usually I'll watch them the first time they shoot. I've learned to just stop betting on shooters that I've never watched before. I just don't do it, because what I've realized is if the shooters that I've looked at and I've watched what they do and I look at their chip stack, I have a better chance betting on the more experienced craps players than the tourists and the ones that walk up and just shake the dice and just throw it, hoping they don't get a 7. Just my own experience, I don't bet on any new shooters. So when they pass the dice, I just won't bet. And they can't make you bet. So I just wait. And I'll pick a shooter that they look more experienced and that they've rolled the dice before, and I'm going to tell you what I look for. So you just have to be patient. You can't play every roll, and you have to wait, and you decide which shooter you're going to bet on. So some notes for the shooter is, what does their chip stack look like? If they have $100 or less, I don't feel like they're fully committed. And what I've noticed is that there's shooters that they get up there, they roll the dice, they 7 out, and they lose their money and they walk away. And they don't give a shit. So what I've realized is if they don't give a shit, why should I give a shit? So I'm not going to put my money on them if they're only going to be there for 5 minutes and they're going to walk away and they don't care what's happening on the table. I want shooters that are invested in the game. So take a look at how many chips they have. Take a look if they're doing dice setting or not. So when they get the dice passed to them, are they picking them up and just shaking them? Or are they setting it down a certain way and they're very methodical about how they throw the dice? It's very important. I win money more on the people that set the dice than the ones that are just shooting randomly. And that's just my own strategy. So I look for dice setting, make sure they don't shake the dice, and then sometimes I'll even wait till they get at least 1 point. And sometimes you have to be patient and it takes a little bit longer, but it's going to be worth it. So that's a few of the things I look for in the shooter, and it's going to take you a little bit to get used to doing that. The casino wants you to bet every shooter, and I've stopped doing that, and it saves me a lot of money. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to show you what I do once they start rolling. So the first thing is you wait for a point. So I have a simulator here. I've explained in other videos how you can download this. So we're going to get right into it. So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice.
Out. 7. Winner 7. Pay the line.
So this is a good example why I don't put any money down until the point is established. And other people tell you the pass line is the best odds in the casino. That's other strategies. That's not mine. The only thing I'm explaining in this video is my strategy, and I don't bet the pass line for this strategy. That's just me. If you want to bet the pass line, go for it. But for me, I don't do it, and that's why. So we're going to wait. We're going to keep rolling until we get a point.
They're coming out.
Step 1 is get the point.
5. The point is 5.
Okay, so one of these 6 numbers up here is a possible point number. We rolled a 5. 5 is the point. Okay, so 135 across. That's what I do. So it's $25 on each number and another $5 on the 6, $5 on the 8. So you have 135 across. You have all the numbers covered up top. And I'm going to explain this in a second, but I want to go through one roll all the way through just to explain what I'm doing. So we have 135 across. The only difference is if 6 is the point or 8 is the point, it's going to be 130 across instead of 135 across. So you put the money down, and now you're going to wait for the roll. This first roll is the most stressful part of the entire strategy because there's only one number. There's only one number that can ruin this strategy, and you all know what it is. It's the number between the 6 and the 8. I'm not even going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Shooting for the 5. 6. Easy 6.
Okay. The strategy is working exactly how you planned for it to work. So, the 6 was rolled in the simulator. They bring it down. And what you want to say then is you say go down to 54 across. Okay. So the dealers might seem a little bit annoyed for you, and once you start winning money, you start giving them tips because you want to keep them happy. They're going to be doing a lot of work for you. But then what you want to do is you have it hit one time, once, and that's it. When you watch the person I got this from, he says to do 2 rolls. But the problem is that's twice as many rolls that your money is at risk. And when you're going from 135 across down to 54 across, they're going to give $81 back to you. And $81 for me is a lot of money. even though it seems like I'm throwing $135 around, I want that $81 back. So in the simulator, right now, I'm going to 54 across. Okay? So now we came down from 135 to 54 across. And now we're going to roll again. And we're going to see what happens.
Shooting for the 5. 7. Out 7.
Okay. So that's bad, but it's not as bad as rolling a 7 right away. And right now, we lost $19. Okay? So I'm going to put that here. So this is the first roll. We lost $19. I don't know if you can see, there is a bankroll on the simulator. We started with $999, and it looks like we're up $16. The way I figure it is if you go down to 54 across and they roll a 7 like we just did, you are going to lose $19. But $19 is a lot better than losing $135. That's for sure. So I'm going to go through and we're going to do another round. We're going to roll until a point is established. And I'm
Coming
gonna
out.
show you.
Winner 11. Pay the line.
So there's a lot of numbers that are neutral. It doesn't matter if they're rolled. So we're going to keep rolling. 11 or 12 doesn't matter.
Out.
2 or 3 doesn't matter.
Craps 3.
It doesn't matter. It has no effect on us for this strategy.
They're coming out. 5.
5.
The point is 5.
Okay, so we're starting over. We're doing 135 across again. I don't know what's going to roll. Hopefully it's not the bad number. And let's just see what happens. The point's established.
Shooting for the
across.
5.
I'm really nervous right now.
9. The roll is
Okay.
9.
So we rolled a 9. We collect $35 on a $25 bet. We tell the dealer after one roll, take me down to 54 across. I've had some dealers that are annoyed. Most dealers don't care. They're going to do whatever you want. I'm going to put 54 across on the simulator. Wow, I didn't click on the right thing. Let's see what happens. Let's roll some
Shooting
numbers.
for the 5. 6. Easy 6.
6. There you go. We won on the 6. They'll ask if you press it. You say no, same bet. You're going to collect for a little bit because you want to recoup some of the money that you've already put out there.
Shooting for the 5.
Let's roll a couple times. Let's see what happens on the simulator.
6. Easy 6.
We hit the 6 again. Awesome. Let's put another $12 out there. Roll again. See what happens.
Shooting for the 5.
We're going to go through this whole situation.
4. Hard 4.
We're going to go all the way through. All we're doing is collecting. Roll a number. Collect.
Shooting for the 5.
Same bet. I know it's really tempting to
6.
press.
Easy 6.
We're not going to press right away. We're going to get some money from the casino. I'm just going to put 15 just to make it. It's not the right way to bet, but
Shooting for the 5.
just to speed things up in this video.
7. Out 7.
Okay. So there we went through the whole situation, and on that one we won about $100. So I'm going to pause right there and kind of walk through what just happened. We do 135 across for one roll. Then we go down to 54 across. Basically, the minimum bet for each number is $10. You have $12 on the 6 and 8. you are covering every number. Because I used to have a strategy where I only covered 2 numbers and the other numbers would roll and I wasn't making any money. You want to make money on as many rolls as you can, and you want to do it before the 7 shows up. That's the strategy. So as you go through, you can try this out on the simulator. You just go to crapsage.com. Let me show you really quickly. Crapsage.com. You'll go to where it says the free Craps gaming software, and then it says click here to play or download the Craps game to your computer. You click on it, there'll be a small download, Craps in green. That is the simulator. It downloaded to I already have it, so it probably didn't even download. So this is what the simulator looks like. So you can practice at home. Do this on the simulator at home before you go to the casino. Make sure you have all your actions correct. But this is the strategy. I also have no prop bets. It's really tempting to do the bonuses and the hard 6 and the hard ways, all these other bets. What I would do in the very beginning is just recoup your money until you're playing with the house money, and then you can do whatever you want. That's my recommendation. That's what I did. A couple days ago, I won $2,500 because I got really risky once I had the house money, and you could start doing some crazy bets. I bet a $30 hard 6. The guy hit it twice. I won $270 every time it hit, and the bet stayed up. So you can do crazy stuff after you get your money back and you start playing with the house money. That's the goal to craps. That's what nobody's going to tell you, but follow this strategy, make your money back, play with the house money. That's what I'm saying. So I hope this makes sense. I want to wrap this video up because I want to get this out to a couple people because they're asking me, what did you do? Just remember, $10 minimum table. You're going to need $500 is probably what I would take. But it depends on the shooter. Don't bet on every shooter. You have to find the right shooter. There are people, especially in Vegas, there are shooters that play craps all the time. You just have to find them and catch them on a really good roll. They only have to make it one roll, okay? That first roll when you have the 135 out there, that is the risky roll. Once you do that, yeah, if they roll a 7, you're going to lose $19. But that's okay. You just go on to the next shooter. You want to find a table that, maybe it's a full table, but you don't want it full of tourists either. What worked for me is going off the strip to some of the local Vegas casinos where you have the people that are going every day. They're going all the time. And then you wait, you're patient until they show up, they get the dice, and they start rolling, and you get on these 20 rolls, 30 rolls, 60 rolls. That's when you make your money. And that's all I'm doing from now on. I'm going to keep doing this strategy. It's going to be my only strategy. It's all I'm going to do from here on out until something better comes along. So I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. And you guys got to let me know if this works for you. And post your results. Post pictures of your winnings. And let's keep